Holloway was practicing?
Yeah, he felt good today. Yeah, he seemed pretty good. Yeah, he's on the upward swing, so I think looks like he'll be good to go.
Does that, the UVA game being possibly in limbo, does that change the calculus for that at all? Where it could come down to one game versus one season?
Unless we knew ahead of time, it wouldn't. We're going to go, kind of proceed with the plan, and unless we know something ahead of time that there wouldn't be a game, then we would seriously reconsider that.
Tisdale told us today that he's going to come back for a COVID year. What does that kind of do for the linebacker room and just that defense as leadership as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's a positive, and we think the world of Allen. It's we got a lot of meetings that have to take place at the end of the season here, and just see where this roster gets, and so that's a good piece to it. But it's good.
Have you had preliminary discussions about some of that stuff? I mean, I know you always have to be managing a roster that's in flux throughout the season.
Obviously, we've had a lot of discussions as a staff. It seems like it's ongoing nowadays. It has to be. But only a few with players. Tried to avoid those where I could. But some guys want to have the conversation sooner than later. So, there's been a few of those.
I saw Jason Brown tweeted that he's possibly trying to get another year. Is that
he
the
is.
case?
Yes, sir. He's trying.
What is the argument there? Is it just he didn't have that 2020 season because it got canceled?
He actually he had an ACL injury at the beginning of his career, and that's what equaled a redshirt situation for him.
At what point, when you were at Penn State, Liberty started popping up on your radar as somebody that was legit FBS team? Obviously, here I guess it would have been when they beat Virginia Tech. I don't know if
that's probably when I took notice to that game, and we'd run into them a little bit on the recruiting trail. We didn't recruit against them, but we'd see them, and I investing a lot of money in their program, and you hear about that, and then obviously when they beat Virginia Tech, and played people good. But so it's I'd say since 2020, you kind of start to think, okay, these guys could get some traction.
As we're seeing some younger players like Love, is this a good chance for Marv to get some calls? Or?
Yeah, we've talked about it. Chris he works his butt off all week, so I think he's more than ready to do it. So we'll see. He prepares each and every week to call the game.
What is the tricky part of getting that down and becoming a good play caller? What's the early hurdle in your career that you have to figure out to sort of get that success?
For me personally, it was trying to do too much. You want to do everything that's good, but in the end, it's about what the guys can execute, what makes sense to them, and then not panicking. Being able to stay level-headed and make good decisions about what you call and what you're doing. And Chris was a bright guy, and he's just the preparation each and every week. He's the one leading the charge in how we're preparing for teams. So when that time comes, he'll be more than ready.
10 games in, has anything surprised you at all about the balance between calling plays for the defense and also managing head coaching responsibilities?
I think for me personally, you always want to be at your best in everything you do, and I don't know that, I need to do a better job as a head coach, and I need to do a better job as a defensive play caller. I don't know if that's because I'm doing both or if it's just new doing both. But obviously, when you self-reflect and self-evaluate, there's things that I definitely need to do a better job of.